What is this in my hand? This in my hand. This is a lemon raspberry scone. Do you want to know how to make a lemon raspberry scone? It's great. Why not? I'm playing. Hey guys, I'm Lydia, and I'm gonna teach you how to make a lemon raspberry scone. These things are so good. Hey guys, I'm Lydia, and in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to make these amazing lemon raspberry scones. They're so good, they're so delicious, and they're so easy to make. Alright, so if you want to learn how to make this recipe, just stay tuned. Alright guys, so let's jump right into this dairy-free scone recipe. So I have 300 grams of flour right here. I'm going to leave all the measurements down below in the description box, guys, for you to make this recipe, okay? So we got flour in our bowl already. I'm going to zero it out, measure out our sugar. So we got our sugar in. We're gonna get some salt. Add that in, and then our baking soda. I'm gonna zero that out. Grab me a spoon. And I got baking powder here. Not baking soda, I'm sorry. And that is it for your dry. So you have your flour, your salt, your baking powder, and your sugar in your bowl. All right. So I'm gonna grab my whisk, we're gonna whisk this up, and then we're gonna add all of our wet ingredients in. Okay guys, so I grabbed a fork instead, just because I don't wanna create too many dishes. So I'm just gonna quickly fluff, fluff, fluff. Fluff, fluff, fluffing. Fluffing. All right, so that's fluffed. I'm gonna add some lemon zest to it because lemon zest tastes great with raspberries. And for some reason, I always add lemon in my scones. I don't care what type of scones I'm making. Don't forget your lemon zest. So I'm gonna zest this whole entire lemon. Guys, is there a way to do lemon zest? And I'm asking because I seen this TikTok video. And this guy was like, it's easier if you, let me try. If you grab it and look, I do what's fastest for me. So we're zesting my whole entire lemon. And I just keep turning it, making sure I don't miss any pieces, because I want all of it. All right, so my lemon is zested. Quick tap, put it all in there. So now I got my lemon zest in. So I have all my dry ingredients and my lemon zest. I'm going to add my shortening in next. So we're just gonna start with weighing everything off. So now I'm adding butter flavor Crisco shortening instead of actual butter. Shortening, first of all, melts at a higher temp. So you're gonna get more flakes and less of a melt flat through. Said that so wrong. Look, I'm horrible. Anyway, so I'm using shortening instead. Also, I'm using shortening instead because if you do not know, and you have not followed this channel, my son has a dairy allergy. So a lot of recipes I make for home, I make dairy free, so I just substitute a couple things, all right? So I'm opening my next. I had some shortening from a previous recipe. I'm opening my next stick, and I'm just gonna weigh this out. So I'm at 71 already. I need perfect. So I got my shortening in, weighed out, measured perfectly. Okay, so this is all of our dry. I'm just gonna put this to the side. I'm done with my scale, so I'm gonna put that away. And we're gonna move on to all of our wet ingredients next. So I already have my almond milk here. Okay, we use almond milk in this house. We tried soy, it did not like the flavor. So we use almond milk. So I have my almond milk here. I'm gonna add in just 1 egg, flop that on in there. And then I do like to add just a little bit of lemon extract. You're not even doing 1/8 of a teaspoon. You're literally doing a pop, just for some extra kick on that lemon flavor. Got me? We're gonna whisk it. All right, so this is all mixed. My dry is here. What I'm gonna do now is just preset my workstation because we're gonna go very fast after this one, all right? So I'm gonna grab me some extra flour. Okay, so we're gonna start mixing our dry. What I like to do is just toss the lemon zest around and the flour. Get your hands dirty, wear gloves if you want. I like to get my hands in it. And you're just gonna break up that shortening. And I advise you just keep flipping it in there when you break it up, just to keep it coated in flour so you won't get so much on your hands, okay? So we're mixing and flipping. Mixing and flipping and flipping and mixing and mixing and flipping and flipping and mixing and that looks kind of okay. Okay, that's perfect. So what you're looking for is like pea-sized crumbles. You see how I can kind of like hold it and pack it together? And then that's what you want. You want it to be nice and firm. So it's kind of like a pie dough. You want it to be nice and firm when you squeeze it. And you didn't even add liquid yet, guys. But you still want to have those nice flakes and crumbles. So now we're gonna add our liquid. I'm gonna just pour me a little well. Add it all in there. I'm gonna start with my fork. That's another reason why I use the whisk, because I used a fork. Because if you use a whisk right now, and I thought about that because I've used it before, it's gonna be hell cleaning it off that whisk. So this is kind of incorporated. I'm gonna flour my surface. I'm gonna finish it on the table. Make sure your surface is very well floured. Get it all out the bowl, all off the fork. Now I'm gonna put some flour right on top. This is like an extra half a cup of flour I use, guys. You might need more, you might not, depending on how wet your dough is. All you're doing is bringing it together. So now that I have it flat and I have it floured, I'm gonna add any of your variations. So with me, I want raspberries. So I'm gonna just throw some raspberries in and I'm gonna fold it in there. So I'm gonna lift this side up, fold it, and fold some more and pat. Make sure you have plenty of flour. And don't worry about having too much, because we are gonna take most of it off. It's gonna get sucked up in there because of how wet your dough is. So now once we got our raspberries in, I'm gonna form this into a nice little disc on my workstation, like that. And then we're gonna start cutting it out and putting it on our sheet pan, all right? So I'm gonna give my hands a quick wash and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I washed my hands real quick. I got my sheet pan right here and it's lined with parchment paper, okay? So I'm gonna grab my knife and we're just gonna start cutting it up into like a pizza. We're cutting it into triangles. Some of it sticks on the knife. If you have that issue, just lightly dust it with flour. Wipe a little extra off. And then just keep it floured, guys, and it won't stick to your knife. So now we're gonna cut each one in half. And see, it's starting to stick. So I'm gonna put some flour on it. Half again, and then half this way. So now we're gonna put it right onto our board. Be careful lifting. Oh! I would place them just about an inch apart on your board. Guys, so I got all of my scones on my sheet pan. My oven has been preset to 375 degrees, okay? We're gonna let this cook in the oven for between 20 and 25 minutes just to make sure it's nice and golden on the top, okay? Before we put these in the oven, we're gonna take a little more of our milk. And again, these are dairy free for me, so I'm using almond milk. But if you wanna go regular, you can just use heavy cream instead of almond milk in this recipe, okay? And I'm just gonna soak my top. Ain't even gonna dab it. I'm gonna soak my top. These are so nice, guys. They're soft and they come out so great. Scones are my weakness. I'm not even gonna lie to you about that one. I am obsessed with scones. Sometimes I feel like I do too many scone recipes in my house. So if you guys ever want to know any of the millions of scone recipes I have, just let me know down below and I'll definitely make sure I do a video on those, okay? So these are nice and glazed with milk. We're gonna put these again, like I said, in 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes and we'll be right back. All right guys, so my scones came out the oven. I'm sorry. So my scones are out the oven. We're gonna just do a quick little glaze to go on top. I have some powdered sugar in like a little Pyrex bowl right here, or measuring cup. I do have my lemon that I had zested because we're gonna reuse that and we're gonna use the juice. So I'm just gonna roll it out, get them juices moving. Cut my lemon right in half. And I have one of these. I have no clue how to use these. If you know how to use them, please tell me. Because I don't know if the lemon goes like on this part or if it goes inside. I don't know, but it's going inside today. So I'm just gonna do half of a lemon first. Okay, and then I'm gonna whisk this up just to get a nice little glaze going. Get up in the corners. All right. So now my glaze is made. We're gonna come right over here to our scones. Okay, and I like to just use my whisk and just drizzle over it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Drizzle over the top, drizzle over each one. Just give it a nice little glaze. And you want these to come out and cool for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you glaze it. I kind of want my glaze to stick to it, and the hotter it is, it's gonna like fall off quicker. It's not really gonna stick. And I don't put much glaze on it either, guys. That's what our glaze looks like. And that is our scones. So, the question is, which one do I get? Let's see. I'm gonna grab the smallest one. This is the one we're gonna get. So, this is our scones. Oh! Look at the raspberries in it, guys. You just see it poking out. We're just gonna take one. I need some tea. I'm gonna just take one more bite before I talk. So guys, this was so good, so easy to make. It took less than 5 minutes just to throw everything together, okay? And it only took 25 minutes just to finish baking it off. So if you really, please do give this recipe a try. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you actually tried this recipe and if you like it out. And tell me if you want to know any more different scone variations that I have, because I do love scones. That is like the #1 thing I like to make, because I'm always big on just grabbing something to go in the morning and running. And this is so easy to just grab, wrap it in a paper, and head right out the door. So for more recipes like this, make sure you stay tuned. Follow Make sure you subscribe, like my channel, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye for now.